another episode of Roses Are Red podcast with your host, Mrs. Red Rose, her co-host, Sam I Am from the Married Couple Podcast, and AC from Midnight Media.
Welcome in, everyone.
The mystique is gone. Fuck. Everybody was like, oh shit.
I love it.
Are you going to stay like that the whole time? Please stay like that the whole time.
It's kind of hot in here. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's hard to hear her.
Yeah.
It's like it's like
people
Penny.
People in Spotify land are not going to appreciate that.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Hello, everyone.
I love that surprise, Rose. Thank you so much.
That was beautiful. And I fucked up the smoke.
I know. I was trying to do it too.
AC's space said it all for me. Oh fuck.
Oh fuck. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah, that was unexpected.
That was good. That was good.
Everyone, welcome to another episode of our Halloween Roses Are Red podcast.
Yes.
All month.
All Halloween stuff, kind of.
Halloween. So last week we talked about all types of murders and gruesome shit that happened on Halloween.
Yeah.
On and around Halloween. And there's I talked about really gruesome murder when Dave was on the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how many things have happened on Halloween. You don't think it's pretty on the money to like murder somebody. You know what? I'm gonna wait till Halloween to murder somebody. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah, be original, man. Come on.
Murder somebody on fucking Martin Luther King Day or something, you know, like Arbor Day.
Rando Day. Yeah, Arbor Day. That'd be great.
Nobody ever dies on Arbor Day.
Arbor Day murders.
Oh, yeah. Bunch of trees, fuck shit up. How are you, Sam?
I'm good. Good. Life has been busy.
Fuck. John Deere. John Deere's back.
I'm back. So, cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Oh,
yes,
cool.
Cheers. I'm so
brought to you by Oktoberfest. I thought that would be.
Oh, that's apropos.
Right, apropos.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sam Adams.
So
I do like a good Oktoberfest.
Oh, I fucking needed that. I fucking needed that. Friday.
It's been a busy week for me here. The busy season started for work, so all it's been is
same
run and
yep,
try to help people get Medicare. So
yeah, well, you're the Medicare czar.
I'm hoping to be
Queen Medicare.
Yeah,
Queen Medicare.
Cheers, Anna.
Hello,
Ann. Welcome. That's a beautiful cat.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
So we've got
what are we talking about, Rose?
We're gonna go down a couple rabbit holes on how to take that mask off. It was so hot. Is
it hard to think now?
Mascara's gonna be running.
I don't know how these kids wear these masks all day long when going trick or treating because damn, it's hot.
That's what I said.
Here in Nebraska, it's really cold, so it keeps the warmth in on them. So you see a lot of masks and things here in Nebraska. Usually, I don't know if it's going to be a nice one this year or not, because I mean it's been a fairly mild fall so far. So
winter, fucking fall started late as hell.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 100 degrees here. On the 10th of October, I was dying. It was schwitzing.
Well, it's been hot here, so I can't complain.
Over the weekend, it was chilly, windy. It's been windy all week, but I mean, we got up to almost 80 today. I mean, we're over halfway through October, and we're in the middle of the country, so usually it's cooler by now. But I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm complaining because I live in fucking Vegas, and this is the surface of fucking Mars here at all times. So I really need it to be like when it says like it's going to be October, it better be fucking October.
I get you.
Immediately.
What is normal temperatures in Vegas?
135, 136.
That's normal. Okay, that tracks.
At any moment. And that's Celsius.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So tonight, ladies.
Hello.
In the spirit of Halloween, to continue this hey Jamie, to continue all of this conversation, we've talked about murderers, we've talked about horrible, gruesome things that have happened. We talked about that girl at the party who like And Rose was nice enough to put up that short for us, and it was the first thing I opened up YouTube, and it said that the guy with the backpack touched it. Right? There's a guy
Yeah.
who touched it, and then he ended up in a database. And just because he ended up in a database, then they were able to corroborate the murder. It was really, really interesting. And then we talked about the candy, right? Like pixie sticks being
Yeah, that dad that
Poison.
killed his kid for
Yep.
the insurance money. He put it in the pixie sticks. The poor one kid that opened the pixie sticks first. I mean, thank goodness. I mean, he took one for the
Daddy,
team, right? The other ones
Daddy.
didn't. The other ones didn't die, but
Yeah.
that poor kid. I mean, that was rough.
It took him like 6 kids to figure it out. It's like,
Yeah,
all right,
like-
that one dropped dead, that one dropped dead, that one dropped dead. Maybe you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
You know what? Have it. You know, fuck it.
No more pixie sticks ever.
You know. So tonight we have something that is going to interest everybody, I think, because
Yes.
our culture is obsessed with vampires, and our culture is obsessed with werewolves, and we're going to dive into both of those lores, right, irrespective of each other. I'm going to start off with werewolves and the ancient origin of the lichen, right? Now we're going to talk about that. We're a true crime podcast, but
But this is fun.
werewolves do crimes, right?
Yeah. Werewolves do
Absolutely.
crimes. Vampires do crimes. They all have some sort of origin somewhere. So, I mean, we don't always have to do true crime. We can do some fun stuff like this too.
I guess so, but not, when are we going to have we're actually going to have like some parents on with possibly victims of we have to get our
that's
shit
coming up
together.
soon.
Yeah, I know.
We have to get our shit together when we start talking, like interviewing people like, how did you feel? Because
Right. No, I know.
that's going to be rough, right?
Jamie said, do you remember when we couldn't eat candy until mom and daddy checked it because of the
Yes.
razor blades and the poison? I do remember that. I absolutely do.
Yeah, my parents.
However, we did corroborate that we, as former drug addicts, we said they would never,
Nobody's putting
respectable,
drugs.
respectable drug addict is going to
No. You pay too much for it, for one.
Don't put that
And
fucking meth.
why would you give away your high?
Right. Your meth in the hard candy in the meth. Like what the fuck that?
No,
like,
not gonna happen.
What are you
No.
injecting like fun size Snickers with like fucking arsenic? Come on.
Fuck that.
Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up.
Why?
I'm not
Right.
spending my fentanyl.
My parents had me convinced that the ice cream man, and Jamie can corroborate this, that the ice cream man, if we got ice cream from the ice cream truck, that it was going to be poisoned, that they were trying to poison kids.
Of course. I mean, it's
So
obvious.
you can imagine my chagrin when my dad bought my oldest daughter when she was like 5, something from the ice cream truck. And I looked at him like, oh, you said it was poison. He's like,
Why do you
"It's
hate
fine."
Jamie?
You know,
I want to kill my sister.
I love the damn ice cream truck.
But that's-
My parents
about it.
never let us have ice cream from the ice cream truck. And then they get my kids it. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
One of the things on my bucket list
Saving
was
money.
to try to
what they
get
were doing.
try to get the ice cream man to give me an ice cream as we're driving down the freeway. And it was the best fucking thing. We were driving down
Handed
the
it off?
freeway.
Nice.
Yeah, so what I do is I threw a bunch of quarters at him, and he threw the ice cream, and one missed. But I mean, he still threw another one over.
The
and we
quarters
threw-
didn't make it to the quarters didn't make it.
Yeah, no, we were driving side to side all along the freeway. It was one of my bucket lists. I had to
You
do
guys,
that.
is
on
you
my
guys
awesome.
went too fast, too furious with the ice cream.
So we actually were going
Fucking
really slow, where people
crazy.
were like actually laughing at us, and they were like, but like pushing their honking their horns and laughing at us because it was one of those things.
I don't know if they were laughing.
They're
They
laughing
might
in
have
my
not
head.
been. They were like, "You fucking maniacs!"
You dicks are slowing down the traffic. Jamie said, bro, I used to worry about that with my kids' buttholes.
Yeah, my
Nothing to
parents.
worry about.
Jesus.
Nothing to worry about. There's no cocaine
No.
in the pixie sticks. There's no fucking meth in the hard candy. Nobody's
Poisoning your ice cream.
Nobody's putting
know what?
marijuana in
just
your Werther's
jinxed it.
original.
You just
I wish
jinxed
they
it.
would.
We get a mother-
We used to go trick or treating, and there's this little, this little area. And we used to go trick or treating. There's a bunch of cul-de-sac houses, Jello shots were for the parents, candy for the kids.
We hand out, I mean, when we go big, we hand out beers and shots for the parents and, big candy bars for the kids. Yeah.
Who does that? Who does that? Big fucking Snickers? Who fucking does that?
Usually our drunk neighbor brings
Wait, there's no cocaine. I read that like wait, there's no cocaine. I was gonna to your point with the I was gonna say that the ice cream man makes a lot of sense because he would be the number one guy who would want to kill his own customer base. Because literally
why?
Kill him. I bought this truck just to kill them because after that, what am I gonna do?
Right.
What the fuck's gonna happen after that? He's like, all right, they're all dead.
Right.
Turn the truck off. It's over.
So we've got a couple interesting stories. We're going to go down a couple rabbit holes. I hope you guys are enjoying everything. Please chime in, leave a comment, let us know what you guys are thinking, and let us know what what were your stories when you were growing up as trick or treating and doing all that. We'd love to hear that.
Or what's one of your favorite lores that you might want us to take a look at?
What scares the shit out of you? Because that's my favorite question. I want to know what scares the shit out of you because we all have our things, and mine's definitely fucking clowns, and that's
so for anybody new, we thrive on comments, and that's what we really want. So please spam the chat.
Yeah.
You can spell out words one at a time if you want to. Just, we'll figure it out.
It does help the algorithm if you're commenting. So please do that. If you haven't subscribes are free. Hit that notification bell. So anytime we're on, you can get our content. I mean, that is if you like it. If you don't, just subscribe and tell us to fuck off. just don't unsubscribe.
Yeah. You are getting scammed, dude. You're getting scammed by us
yes.
right now. Yeah. Right now. You chimed into a true crime podcast, and we're gonna tell you
we're talking lore
about Underworld.
Yes.
Yeah.
Collectible says I'm getting scammed. Women scare me.
Yeah, join the club.
I mean, that tracks.
Women scared the shit out of me.
I don't know why.
Shit. Well, because
I mean, your wife would scare me, but she's sassy, and I love that.
Stab you. Yeah, she'll stab you. She's stabby. She's a stabby wife. Jamie. Well, since I'm not on it, might be a little less subscribers. That's true.
Oh.
All right.
We'll have to have Jamie back.
Everybody knows how I love to drink, right?
Uh-huh.
And tomorrow we have a carnival festival to go to, right? And I'm like, damn, I have to go to this thing sober, right? With a bunch of 5-year-olds running around. What am I gonna do? And then I'm thinking my daughter's party's coming up, and then I'm thinking Halloween. So the best thing is if you go to Party City, or not Party City, it's Halloween. Is it Halloween?
Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween, yeah.
I got this shirt, and it says, I'm here for the booze, right?
I love that.
It's got a flask down here where you can actually fill it up.
Buy myself one of those.
You can fill it up with alcohol in it.
Cheers, Ann.
How can you have to get that one.
I need it. So, I'm gonna have to go. Yeah. Oh shit. Give me a timeout. I guess I wasn't ready for a shot. I apologize.
I see a new name in the comments. What's up?
Yes.
Be ready.
Yes.
We're gonna be slurring our words by the end.
Isn't it cute? Yes.
It's so cute.
You know what else is cute?
Anna said it's so cute. Yeah. It's so cute. And it's so me.
Do you think that that's gonna give you a license to drink?
Mm-hmm.
That changes things? The shirt changes.
It has a flask
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Alexa, please stop. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
And
oh, it's Siri, you bitch. You don't respond to what? Hey, come on, get the fuck out of here.
After so just everybody,
it's oh my gosh, it really does.
And you can fill this shit up.
Dude.
It literally has a zipper and a pocket inside.
And then the spigot on the outside. Oh my God.
Spigot on the outside.
You're going to be the most popular mom at all the things.
Oh. You think I'm not going to bring a cooler with that? Mm-hmm. I so am. And then I already have my ice pack. I already tried it out last time. I'm like, I'm put my ice pack here. It's always
Put it on the
consistently
front
cold.
so it doesn't make you cold.
And then I walk around with my beer mug right here. I'll be like,
Yeah.
You did a chronic alcoholism trial run?
Oh, yeah. And look, and I can change it to blue.
Dude, I need a cool cup like that.
I'll send it to you.
Don't do the other ones. Leave it there. The other ones look like urine.
Yeah, that kind of looks like pee.
Got red and stuff. At night, it looks super, super cool.
Oh, I bet.
So this is my Hallow Scream from SeaWorld. This is what you get when you're out there drinking.
That is sweet.
Subscribe to the year-long pass
Pure
at SeaWorld, and we're going to give you a fucking
pure tequila only. I hear ya.
subscribe to the year-long pass. Pay us $5,000. We're going to give you a fucking
a mug that is pretty sweet.
It's pretty fucking sweet though.
It is pretty sweet.
So once again, you got a t-shirt that's a cooler to smuggle chronic alcoholism inside of kids' parties.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I mean that's a boss move. It's a boss.
I can be at the park. No one's gonna know.
No one's gonna know. It's like the meme. Who's gonna know? They can't. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know.
Oh shit! I forgot, Jamie. I'm so sorry. I promise. This week I'll put it.
It got lost in the mail, Jamie. It got lost in the mail. I'm sorry. We mailed it.
We all know how the mail goes.
Weird, right?
Yeah. It's coming. It's
You'll
walking.
have it by
there.
the first. Okay, you have it by the fucking first. Just chill the fuck out. I know. We get the shakes when we don't have enough alcohol. Rose, you okay?
I think I'm okay. Wait, hold on. I don't think so. Hold on.
Yes. Well, we are about to learn. We're about to learn about basically this. We should just title the show Underworld. Underworld 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Underworldissimo. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down. First, I'm gonna start off with the werewolves, which are pretty important in the overall lore and the culture of Halloween. It's weird.
Yeah.
Heads up. You know. It's like Victorian. There's like so we'll talk about it, and then we're gonna talk about vampires. Are you gonna do vampires?
We can, well, kind of. I thought you would do like the origin, the Eastern and Western European vampires, and then I kind of deep dived into like vampires around in different cultures and around the world. Like every culture has its own form of vampire.
Oh my god, what is this now? What is that? What am I looking at? Is that Jar Jar Binks?
No. Is that like Alien or not Alien? But what's the other one that's like cool. That?
A face hugger mask would be awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's like a pig.
You can't breathe in there, can you?
No.
No.
Come
on now. Holy shit.
My best piggy
Holy
voice.
Shit.
No.
But Miss Piggy. Shut the fuck up. That's my shut the fuck up, motherfucker.
I just love AC's facial reactions where he's like, oh shit.
I'm not expecting this. I mean, I'm expecting our normal.
Said we were gonna dress up and scare you guys, for Halloween.
That was next week.
No, that's okay. We'll save the other ones for next week.
I was gonna do a whole garb. I don't know.
Well then, all right. Well, while she does her costume change, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Let's go. Let's talk about the topic at hand.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Taco Bell.
So, the ancient origins of the werewolf, also called or referred to as a lichen, right? That's what we heard in the Underworld. Kate Beckinsale kept saying, "What's about the lichens?" Right? And everybody was like, "Fucking, oh, she's back."
Yes,
I'm back.
There we go.
Normal face.
Female John Deere is back.
All right.
How much is that tractor? Come on.
Oh no, this is the Mexican flag.
Give me a good deal on this tractor.
It's the Mexican flag.
It is.
Yeah,
oh, okay. Well, landscaping makes sense.
The green is John Deere green with the yellow behind it. It looks very John Deere.
It really does.
Made me think of the song. She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Oh.
I don't know.
So,
it's an awful.
So if you play Loteria, which is in Mexico, the it's like a lottery. It's like bingo. Mm-hmm. This is one of the things of the bingo. It's
prizes.
One of the little, it's one of the little bingo stamps that you do.
What do you yell when you get bingo? Loteria.
Chorro. It depends which one it is.
Chorro.
Like chorro, llena. but it's one of the games we play, especially during around these times. It's you get everybody together. So it's like you have this one, which is the borracho. That's me all the time. So you have this one. So yeah, hats to the galore. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
It's all good. Do you have one that's marijuana based?
No, but I should find one.
Maybe let's introduce that.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to introduce that one.
Okay. Anyway, Rose, what do you know about a werewolf? How do you feel about them? You hate them?
I don't hate them. I don't know much about them, I should say.
Have you ever seen like American Werewolf in Paris or Werewolf or Wolf
Yes.
or Teen Wolf? You seen Teen Wolf?
I've seen American Werewolf in Paris. I've seen that one, which I've always wondered if it was, you know how stories are like
it was real
vampires. You hear all these stories and stuff. I've always wondered, is it really real? Is it something maybe
made up?
I don't want to say made up, but those rabbit holes I'd love to go, because a lot of people say I saw that, or like last night there was a full moon, so everybody
that's why we're talking about lichens, obviously.
Yeah,
I turned.
Of course you did.
My bones broke. I became a humongous 9-foot wolf, and I fed on people because that's what I had to do. I had a hunger, an insatiable hunger that I just had to go and break into people's houses, eat their hearts and brains and organs. Anyway, so the very ancient origins. We love the borracho bean. So the werewolf, as we know, is a staple of supernatural fiction. And whether it be in film or television, literature, you might think that this is a snarling creature, in medieval, early kind of modern periods, where it's a result of superstitious surroundings and magic and witchcraft and stuff, right? Like you think it's just like inherently like just something that's supernatural instead of something that the earth bore, right? In reality, the werewolf is far older than any of that, and its earliest surviving examples are man-to-wolf transformations, as found in the Epic of Gilgamesh. So,
wait, what's Gilgamesh?
Okay, I don't know if we have time to go into what the Epic of Gilgamesh is,
but is Gilgamesh like a country, a city, a town?
It's an epic about Gilgamesh, I would assume.
It's a book.
It's a book.
Okay.
Oh, very good.
Epic book. Yes. Deductive reasoning.
That's what I want to know.
It's
is
about,
it like
kind of like the Iliad or the Odyssey, only this is the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, it's about Sumerian. Yeah. It's about the Sumerian kings, and just like the Iliad and the Odyssey, she's right. It's Sumerian literature. So back in the day, like the first kind of people, right? So it was a book. It was a very important book that people based a lot of what they would do and how they would, it was kind of almost like a Bible-ish, but like a fiction Bible, like urban legends and things like that, like in a book, when people really took it seriously. There was nothing else, right? So people barely knew how to read. People didn't have any hope for living other than being a slave. It was pretty fucked up times, but things like that kind of enlightened people, and that's when the Dark Ages turned into less dark ages, if you will.
Right.
So you can find this back in the Epic of Gilgamesh. So from around 2100 BC, the werewolf, as we know it now, it first appeared in ancient Greece and Rome, and ethnographic, poetic, kind of philosophical texts. Right?
Didn't like Hoenn make Zeus mad, and then he turned him and his two sons wolves to be wolves?
Right. Yeah. He also ate some of his children, which is fucked.
Yeah.
Like he literally ate his kids?
This is mythology, yes, but
yeah,
yes.
Zeus ate his children. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
The Greek gods were fucking weird.
Fucking weird.
It's okay for us to do it right. So okay, perfect.
Yeah. I mean,
just to know. The world never ends. I know. I know which kids. Well, no, if the world ever ends, I just know which kid's going first. To eat.
Sick. You're a sick person. You're a sick person. If you live on Mount Olympus, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
So the story's transformed this beast that we're so familiar with into the usual mythology, although some have, its basis in like local histories, kind of regional religions, also cults had this information. In 425 BC, Greek historian Herodotus described the Nuri, a nomadic tribe of magical men who charged who changed into wolf shapes for several days of the year. So this was something that was even back in Herodotus' days. And like I said, described as the Nuri, a nomadic tribe of magical men who changed for a while. For a couple of days, they would become wolves. It's also in Native American history, very close to wolves, and they believe that there's spirit animals that you turn into. So the transmogrification of becoming a werewolf is not a big revelation. It's been around for a while, right? Mm-hmm. How they, Hollywood obviously romanticized it was making it like, all the bones are breaking and the snout's coming out. You know what I mean? That was never touched upon. Like how that happened was never touched upon. But Hollywood was
very well, by the way.
What this like?
Yeah,
I pop and lock. That's when you're a breakdancer. It's basically like being a werewolf.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, so the Nuri were from Scythia, a land that is now called, Russia. Now you might have heard of it, and using wolf skins to, to warm themselves on the outside. It's outside the realm of possibility for inhabitants of such harsh climate to not wear these kind of things. And it's likely the reason that Herodotus described their practices as a transformation. So what we're really talking about is, sure. So, in the same way that like, people are saying like a chariot of fire in the sky, there could have been a UFO back in the day and we don't know what that is. Yeah. A shooting star, something in the sky that's unidentified. When people's primitive minds back then, they would reconcile things with it's a chariot. It's not going to call it a jet. We're going to call it a jet.
Well, right. That's all they had for frame of reference. Yep.
Right. Exactly. So they say that if you like people like a tribe who's never seen a boat, even if they go to the shore and a boat's right there, they won't see it because they don't know what the fuck it is. They can't reconcile what it is in their mind.
Right.
So the werewolf myth became integrated with the local history of Arcadia in the region of Greece. Here, Zeus was worshipped by lichen Zeus or wolf Zeus. Yes, there is a wolf Zeus. Lichen wolf. Yeah, it's like eating his kids. So in 380 BC, Greek philosopher Plato, we all know Plato. He told us a story in the Republic about the protector turned tyrant and of the shrine of the Lycian Zeus. So the wolf Zeus, right? So Plato tells a story of wolf Zeus. In this short passage, the character Socrates remarks, the story, quote, the story goes that who tastes of one bit of human entrails minced up with those of other human victims is inevitably transformed into a wolf. So, okay. You're here to throw wrenches in my fucking shit.
I mean,
I was like, careful, behind you.
The dude from Omaha's behind you.
I've seen bitches that pasty too. I've seen bitches that pasty. Hit the fucking beach.
It's Halloween. It's my favorite time of year.
It is. You're so mischievous.
I love it. I like this side of Rose.
11 months. Like, I don't want to get out of my bubble. And here she's like, fucking with Mike Myers.
So basically, you to recap, you just said that if someone was to taste human entrails, then they become a werewolf, correct?
Right. Which is what propelled this whole biting of the werewolf, right?
Yes.
I love how she just sits there and giggles. Says Jamie, thank you very much.
Yes, but I watched the show. My lovely husband Dave.
You weren't even. You guys are so fucking. That's her husband, by the way. You guys are so fucking 12 years old. You weren't even on that show. I was.
I watched it.
My God. And this is my scene. So yeah. So to recap what you said, they tasted of it. So of course the transformation, all these things can be misconstrued into what we think of it now, right? So literary evidence suggests that cult members mixed human flesh into the ritual sacrifice to Zeus. Both Pliny the Elder, we've heard of Pliny the Elder, and Pausanias, right, discussed the participation of young athlete Demarchus in the Arcadian sacrifice of the adolescent boy. So when Demarchus was compelled to taste the entrails of the young boy, he was transformed into a wolf for 9 years. recent archaeological evidence suggests that human sacrifice may have been practiced at the site. So again, we're putting human sacrifice into it, the dying of a human body, the awakening of a lichen werewolf body. So all of these things have a correlation to something that can be explained in terrestrial. Okay, now he's gone.
He had to
He
go take
fell.
a break. He fell. He had to go take a break. He needed to go use the potty real quick.
Right. Just be careful, dude. That guy's dangerous as shit. So, moving on. So we talked about how these things can be misconstrued, be thinking that werewolves literally transform into something, but we can know that, you know, they could be wearing pelts, right? Because they were in ancient Russia where it's cold, so they can do that, and that could be triggered as a transformation. Also, the eating of these. Let me turn this off. My apologies. The eating of this of the entrails would also catapult you into being a werewolf. Thus, the bite of the werewolf, right?
Right.
So,
yes.
So the most interesting aspects of Plato's passage concerns the protector turned tyrant we talked about, also known as the mythical king, Lycaon, right? So Lycaon, this expanded further with Latin texts, most notably in Hyginus's Fabulae. It's called the Fabulae. Have you seen that word before? It's freaking weird. Fabulae. And Ovid's Metamorphosis. So Lycaon's story contains all the elements of a modern werewolf tale: immortal behavior, murder, and cannibalism. So those are the three hallmarks of a werewolf. If you don't have that, you don't got a werewolf, right? Like, I'm wondering where the silver bullet came from.
Oh, well, where did also even the garlic and the holy water?
Nope,
we're not there yet, babe.
That's vampire, not werewolf. Werewolf is silver bullets and
dog food.
Yeah.
I thought there was more with werewolf for some reason.
Mm-mm.
Maybe I need to ask
out.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, he'll know for sure. He'll know for sure. So, so Ovid's Lycaon character, Lycaon, is the origin of the modern werewolf. So, as the physical manipulation of his body hinges on his prior immortal behavior. So, it's this that contributed to the establishment of the monstrous werewolf that we know of today, and the trope of modern fiction. Right. So, the character defects are physically grafted onto his body, manipulating his human form until he becomes and turns into an actual werewolf, which is not a dog. It's bye ladies. I don't feel lonely at all.
I'm right here. I'm right here. I have a visitor right here that's coming.
Sorry, my daughter has an emergency. I have to answer. I'll be right back.
Of course. So, so these defects are grafted onto their actual body. So they're going to change in the moonlight and actually become and transform into a monster. So the idea that there was a link between biology and being immortal, the behavior of being immortal, developed fully in the late 20th century. So minority groups were often the target of mythical kings, law enforcement, scientists, medical community joined forces for cures for the socially deviant behavior of such criminality. So, violence and homosexuality, even science and medicine were used as a vehicle, which bigotry and fear could possibly manifest, and as shown by the treatment of HIV infected men through the 1980s. So people really, it was a monstrous thing, because we're talking about intravenous, and we're talking about changing blood and the transformation. So people take that and run with it in different ways. So
when did actually the werewolf myth come in? Like, when did we actually really just start like really, you know what I mean, like looking into the werewolf? Like, when did it really just like start coming where, okay, the full moons, where people start thinking, when what is it, when the dogs howl, it's because there's a werewolf nearby? When did all that, is that before that time?
That's going to be in the late 20th century as well. So remember, we talked about why the ancient people might have thought that they were turning into werewolves. Is everything okay?
Yep, we're good.
We might have thought that back in the day, right, that the people in Russia, they were just trying to get warm and wearing wolf pelts. That could have been best football team is behind Rose.
The Bears.
It's not the damn Chargers. Okay, so
It's the bears from Chicago. They just had a little,
That's a bear?
It's a bear. Well, kind of a pumpkin head.
It was a bear. It was a bear.
Was a bear.
So to answer your question, Rose, around 380 BC, right? These people were doing normal stuff. You're in ancient Russia. It's very cold. You're killing a wolf. You're wearing its pelt. Some people could see that as a transformation because there were also human sacrifices at that time. So it could have been lost in translation as to, are they transforming into people? Like, people just were inherently a lot dumber. So for them to reconcile what was going on, they would say, oh, he's turning into a bear. He's turning into a wolf. A bear. He's turning into a wolf. Fuck. This fucking worked perfectly, didn't it? This is what you fucking wanted.
I almost spit out my fucking beer.
Yeah. So to answer your question, and then people were also talking about ingesting, right? You're ingesting pieces of entrails, therefore the bite of, so everything could be misconstrued and explained, right, as an urban myth. Now, I can't tell you if they're real or not. They're probably not real. But we'll see. Maybe we can get some going, we can bring them back like Jurassic Park. So I'm pretty sure in the 20th century here, when we get into that, we're going to find out what the silver bullet is, the moon, and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, so let's talk about names and folklore. So let's talk. You know what? Let's get into what you want to know about. So, in folklore, a werewolf, from the Old English werewolf, WERWULF. So werewolf, right? Wolf. Or occasionally a lycanthrope. Remember we talked about lycanthropes last Monday when we said like they also called lichens, where wolves alone are in the genus lycanthrope. Right? So wolf human is an individual who can shapeshift into a wolf, or especially in modern film, a therianthropic. Damn, I'm fucking good. Fuck yeah.
Good job.
Words are not fucking hard.
No, not for you.
No, they're hard. They're hard. I almost fucked that up hard. I'm glad my brain worked at that moment. Therianthropic hybrid, wolf-like creature, either purposely or after being placed under a curse or affliction. Right, Rose? This is what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Rose,
Yep.
you with me?
I am with you.
Are you playing Sudoku?
Look, I'm getting all my costumes ready. Pop out more. No, I'm just kidding. And
then she goes, so can you explain werewolves again?
Yeah, can you say this one more time?
Okay.
So what happened?
What I want to know is, this is what I want to know, where the silver bullet came in. Because didn't they have to put like holy water and a cross on the silver bullet and their name, like some type of shit like that?
I think you're
those are Mexican. Those are Mexican werewolves.
Well, I mean, we can find
one.
Hold on. No, that's actually a vampire.
It's a vampire. It doesn't do with werewolves.
So let's see here. I found the werewolves around the world. So werewolves in Mexico are known as the Nahual, or Nahual,
A narwhal.
Yeah, that's no. It's not narwhal. A narwhal is something different, isn't it? It's a nawal. It's pronounced Nawal. Nawal. Throughout Mexico, though Mexico was a Spanish colony for 300 years, the Nawal myth did not commingle with the European legend of the werewolf. The tale remains in its original form to this day. The belief in Mexican werewolfism, or Nawalism, varies from region to region. Some Mesoamerican Indians believe that the Nawal is a guardian spirit that resides in an animal such as a deer, jaguar, eagle, bobcat, or a mountain lion, and so on. In other regions, a more ominous version of a Nawal, it is believed that powerful men can transform themselves into animal to cause harm. The relationships exist between the latter belief and the word Nawal, which originated from the word Nawali, meaning disguise. Yes. The name pertains to the sorcery, which magicians change their physical forms into that of an animal. So that is the Mexican werewolfism.
Transmogrification. So if you allow me, I'm going to explain exactly what you wanted to know. What you wanted to know, Rose. You ready?
Oh no, I'm ready. I'm ready. Just give it to me.
You're not ready. So
I'm ready. I'm ready. I want it.
I want it. So I fucking want it. So remember we're talking about curses and afflictions, right? So
Yes.
thank you, collectible.
You look like a werewolf.
I don't know. Is that no, it's a cat. All right. So so these transformations that she's talking about, that Sandwich is talking about, right, occurring on the night of a full moon, that's when these afflictions and these curses. So it's based on the curse, right? So the way you become a werewolf, I would imagine the first word without the werewolf bite, to become one, you need to be cursed, right? So a witch, obviously,
or a god,
or a god.
Yes.
Zeus.
I mean, if we're talking about Zeus,
right? or his lycanthrope partner.
Yes.
You get cursed by a witch, and you are going to be a werewolf forever. And then you turn the next full moon, you would turn into this grotesque thing, and then from then on you would be this, right? So early sources of this belief is the ability of the affliction called lycanthropy, right? Lycanthropy. Are Patronus and Gervais of Tilbury. This is 1150 to 1228. So we're talking about the 10th century, like the 11th century. People are already saying that people can turn into werewolves, therefore have lycanthropy. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So it's a widespread concept all around European folklore, existing in many variants, and they're related by a common development of a Christian interpretation of underlying European folklore developed by a medieval period. So like it's all a Christian, it's through the goggles of a Christian church, right? What was the main driving force of that time was the church. And if you weren't part of that church, you were outside of it and you were probably going to get killed. You're about to get stoned, and not the good stone. You know
right.
what I mean? So, and then of course the underlying folklore also talks about, the modern period, the werewolf beliefs spread into the new world, into the modern period, right? From the old world. The colonialism really did something to it. It exacerbated all these different stories as well. And of course it's regional, just like we said, the Mexican werewolf is diferente.
Right.
Yeah. So
even Native Americans, indigenous to, North America, have their own, I mean, as you said, are, have that spirit animal shit. Words are fucking hard, folks, and I've barely drank tonight.
Lycanthropy?
Yes, you said it right though. No, but even then, in that respect, there's the they have the wolves as the spirit animal, and you change, can change into that. So I mean, there's bits all over. For me, the reason we're kind of doing this is for me, it's interesting to see, and I say that so much. Sorry, that's gonna be my catchphrase. It's interesting for me to see, but in anything, and I find this with religion or lore or whatever, it's very similar throughout all parts of the world, even though, let's be real, back in the ancient times, they didn't communicate. It's not like they had the fucking internet. You know what I mean?
That is fucking terrifying right there.
It is
fucking terrifying.
I guess, how is it that every sort of culture has
Hey, Mr. R
has this same sort of mythical creatures like a werewolf or a vampire or even God? I mean, I'm not saying that God's a mythical creature, but could be.
He's not.
Right, exactly. So what I'm saying, I mean, mythology, Zeus, Jupiter, whatever, I mean, whatever you call a god, it's all very similar in, but back in that time, everybody was spread out and didn't communicate. I don't know.
You didn't know what you didn't know, right?
I guess, how is it that we all or every culture has its own version of these things if there wasn't some way for it to, some truth in it? You know what I mean?
That looks like my old PE teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks like some dude I used to date. I don't know.
For sure. Yeah. So
that looks like my ex-husband.
let's skip ahead. That guy? Wow. My ex-husband was 9 feet for devil legs.
Could be now. I mean, I don't know.
Who knows? So let's skip ahead to the modern day werewolf. I think we have a good foundation of where they came from.
Yes.
And please keep showing these horrific pictures.
Did you see that the I voted sticker from I think it was a 12-year-old from Ohio that made it, and it's literally a werewolf ripping off its, like a muscular werewolf ripping off its shirt, and the 12-year-old was like, I just wanted people to feel empowered and like strong, and if I can put that, and they actually chose that kid won the contest for them to. I don't want to get into politics, but I thought it was interesting that they put, see, my fucking catchphrase, that
I thought it was interesting.
She decided to, it's almost a werewolf like that, like ripping off its shirt like that,
right.
In front of an American flag saying, I voted today, so you feel badass for fucking voting. I don't know.
Like, it's like that. I fucking voted.
That's exactly.
Fuck that.
I think it's cool though, that they actually voted that, or she won the contest. That's no.
That's no. That's a no. That's a big no for me.
As
no.
I don't know.
So
fantasy person like this, I know.
So we can have enough time to get to the vampires. Let's talk modern day werewolf. So modern fiction describes werewolves as a vulnerable to silver. Remember, Rose? I'm getting to it.
That's the silver bullet, or anything silver, really.
Yeah. So a can of Coors Light will kill him.
It's not made out of silver.
Okay, says you. So I don't trust anybody. Okay, I do my own research. So basically it's vulnerable to silver, weapons, and highly resistant to other injuries. So it's almost like what's his name? Deadpool.
Oh, like the animanium, or
fucking what's his name? I can't think of his fucking name. He's the most popular X-Man of all time.
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Wow, that was fucking stupid.
Well, you said Deadpool. I'm like, what the fuck? I said animanium. Whatever.
Right. It would have taken a long ass time if we got.
Yeah.
One who doesn't watch anything knows the name.
Right. Exactly. What? So.
I'm digging the Santa werewolf. I'm just saying.
Right. I'm like, go back. Where's the Santa one?
He's there somewhere, right there.
There he is, right there. There we go.
Jesus Christ. What people will do.
Jesus Christ. So, all right. So where were we? The German folklore, right? So the silver, this pretty much came up in German folklore. So in the 19th century, the claim that beast of Gevaudan, which is hard to say as well. Lots of hard ones today. That's what she said. An 18th century wolf or wolf-like creature was shot by a silver bullet, appears to have been introduced by novelists retelling the story of the 1935 onwards, and not in earlier versions. So what they're saying is in 1935, that's when, is that Santa Claus? What's going on?
Yes, that's why I said I'm digging the Santa Claus werewolf.
I know when you've been fucking bad. Imagine you see that thing crawling on your fucking chimney.
Fuck that. I'd be like, out.
Fuck that.
Where's my silver bullets?
Right, exactly. Grab the Coors Light. So in the 18th century, that's pretty much when it was introduced. And then 1935, the novelist that decided to write that lore in there, that's when the silver bullet lore came into it, right? And then from then on, but never before that. Okay. And then prior to 1865, it showed shapeshift. Look, that's the one that got me.
You can say all the hard ones, but
not lycanthropy, right?
Shape shifting. I can't even say it. Shape shifting.
I'm gonna shape shift your ass. So it showed shapeshifters to be vulnerable to silver, right? In 1865. So now there's a correlation between shapeshifters and werewolves and silver. Till the publican shot a silver button over their heads when they were instantly transformed into an ill-favored old ladies. They really fucked up English back in the day. Like in 1640, the city of Greifswald in Germany was infested by werewolves. A clever lad suggested that they gather all the silver buttons, goblets, belt buckles, and so forth, and melt it down into bullets into their muskets and pistols. This time, they slaughtered the creatures and got rid of the Greifswald lycanthropes. Say that 5 times fast. Right. So that's where the silver bullet thing came from. And
Got it.
yeah, and it's quite a mouthful. Also,
And
that's what she said.
One would think that it is in modern movies and things that pitted werewolves and vampires against each other.
Right. and then as luck would have it, I mean, it was luck or whatever, but in 1935, the same time that novel came out with the silver bullet thing, A Werewolf in London came out, which is 1935.
Okay.
And the main werewolf was a dapper London scientist who retains some of his style and most of his human features after his transformation. And that's the first time we're looking at an anthropomorphic.
Look at you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anthropomorphic werewolf, right? So
Got it,
one that
okay.
retains the, like, have you seen like
Yes.
Zootopia?
Yes.
Those are anthropomorphic.
Mhm.
Animals.
Well, a lot of modern, well, I guess it depends on the depiction, but a lot of the modern in movies and things depict them as anthropomorphic. Did I say that correct? Anthropomorphic.
Oh, you got me fucking up.
I think I said it right.
Anthropomorphic, yeah.
See?
Say it fast.
But they, you have that like half, you have the humanoid features within the werewolf.
Trying to make me feel better. Yeah, it's true. Jamie.
What did she say?
That's what she was like in the morning. Most of the time, AC, she's trying to make you feel better. It's true.
Yeah,
This is AC in the morning right now when he wakes up in the morning and takes off his little costume.
That's me in the tunic and the wolf head.
I mean, that would be much of the depiction from Russia, correct? I mean, where they put on the wolf skins and that's what I would
crawled
think.
around on all fours and it was fun. Of course, because doggy style is awesome.
Duh.
There's something I learned just recently where wolves have different sounds of meaning of things, like if there's danger, if they want their pack to come in, or if they're wanting to let them know that they're okay. I didn't know that. I always thought, wolves just howled like I did. I never really knew there was different sounds to it.
But what did you think? We hear howls, but what does it sound to them?
Yeah, I mean, most animals have their own sort of language, so to speak. I mean, I don't even think of it. Whales, that's what I was going to say. But that's not what we're doing. Yeah, but yeah, whales, especially, dolphins, that sort of thing, porpoises. But yeah, I would assume that wolves would too, or dogs. I swear my dogs communicate telepathically.
Absolutely. Oh,
they absolutely fucking do.
My dogs have a special thing. They come together, like their heads come together, and Betty does something that she never, like a sound that she never makes.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God that it's some kind of communication,
I know they do. I mean, one will like turn its head, and the other one will be sleeping, but then all of a sudden it's like, and I'm like, hold on.
What did you say?
You didn't see that. You heard it in your head because that one telepathically said it to you telepathically.
She's going to do some weird shit when she comes back, right?
One would assume yes.
Okay, so let's talk about even more modern days.
Yes.
Okay? So we're almost at the part of that you really want to hear, which is the vampire part. So
I mean, I like all of it. So.
I do. So the more tragic character is Lawrence Talbot, played by Lon Chaney, right? And this is 1941's The Wolfman. This is a very popular movie, right? Lon Chaney.
Very much so, yeah.
This has really put it on the map. And then with the special makeup that they had at the time, which is like ahead of their time, they had the movie completely catapulted the werewolf into the consciousness of America and the world. So sympathetic portrayals are few but notable, but such of a comedic but tortured protagonist was David Naughton in An American Werewolf in London, and that had one of the best transformations I've ever seen in my life. That transformation was fucking gruesome. I think I'll try to bring it up. Would you mind? Would you mind doing? Can you check YouTube?
What do you want again? I apologize.
It's okay. Yep. American Werewolf in London.
Got it.
Oh, that was such a good movie.
Yep, and then that's going to be and then of course Jack Nicholson, and look for the transformation scene there if you can, and then
Got it.
David Naughton in the American Werewolf in London, and then the anguished and more confident, charismatic Jack Nicholson in the 1994 film Wolf, right? And that was more gritty, more real, right? Over time, the depiction of werewolves has gone like fully malevolent to the heroic creatures that they kind of used to be. There used to be some good ones. Now it's just absolute terror and horror, such as an Underworld, right? Underworld was probably where a 90s kid, Kate Beckinsale's ass, I was all over it. So I learned all about lichens and vampires from Underworld. I was like, I want her to teach me everything.
I have to say, I like the depiction of both the vampires and the werewolves in that movie. I feel like it is very close to lore, you know what I mean, like what you would think. It's not fucking Twilight, you know what I mean. It's
that's the other movie on this list, actually, which is
it's
like
fucking awful. Sorry.
Underworld, Twilight, Blood Lad, Dance in the Vampire, Vampire Bund, and Rosario the Vampire. These are mangas and comic books too. So I'm including like all of the lore, which is
right,
even Japanese lore and stuff like that. So
hold on, I just had the fucking scene and
cool.
I don't know where it went.
And then while you do that, other werewolves are decidedly more willful and malevolent, such as the novel The Howling, and then subsequent film adaptations, right? And then the form of a werewolf assumes was generally anthropomorphic, like we said, but in earlier films such as The Wolfman and The Werewolf in London, a larger, more powerful wolf in later films. So sometimes the wolf was just a guy with a wolf head and a lot of hair, right? You think of like think about Teen Wolf, right? Teen Wolf didn't turn into a fucking 9 foot.
No, it was a guy in a Chewbacca costume. To be fair,
yeah, exactly. I always found it hilarious, like his dad Howard. When he turned into a fucking, he did not look like it. Like, he was just.
I know. He's like, we're all fucking werewolves.
He's like a fucking cringy ass like werewolf. I mean, not that. What's his name? Shaky. What's his name?
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, that's him.
Shaky.
He was.
I heard what he meant.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Shaky is not believable.
I did.
Or a basketball player.
I love the scene where he was surfing on the fucking van, but I mean,
what's his name? What's Styles?
Yes. Yep. So I did find the scene. So let's find that.
Take a look at this transformation.
Let's do that, folks.
Thanks, Sam.
No problem. I got you.
We all do producer shit.
All right. I am gonna unmute it.
Yeah. You should probably. Oh, here it is.
Should I mute it?
Yeah, you can mute it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
So he's now it's the full moon hit, and this is the newer depiction of the modern depiction of.
Oh yeah, I apologize. This is
Sorry.
the one I found.
This is good. This is the one. Shaky. It's shaky. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. So here's the gruesomeness coming through.
That's fine.
Well,
It's just a little ass.
Just a tiny bit.
Did we see ass? Oh
yeah, he was pulling down his pants because he's like,
tripping
I don't want to rip my
balls.
clothes again. Fuck this.
He's tripping balls.
Oh my god.
There you go.
How much that thing
Sweet though.
stretches.
So this is definitely one of the
Look at
more
how much
gruesome-
that thing stretches.
But he's gonna have a cool.
Hannah
ball.
is gonna have a very busy night.
Oh, here we go. Pretty awesome that you're talking about this with a full moon outside tonight. It's
I
true.
know.
I know. This is awesome.
Well, I need to
Oh,
see it.
God.
Painful.
2
though,
more
that's
hours.
not-
Give me another 2 more hours. His beard is starting to grow. It'll start growing slowly. You'll start seeing the change of
Oh,
color.
look at this! Look at this, Rose. You're missing it. Look at his teeth. You know how much pain he's in? All his bones.
He
are
does
breaking.
look like he's in pain.
Of course, and the hair. I mean, the instant hair has to be painful as well.
Pull it down.
One would think.
Pulls pants down, then hand grows.
Well,
Yeah,
he
exactly.
had the wherewithal to be like, I'm not fucking
Oh my
up
God.
clothes anymore.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy for the time, dude.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean,
Look at his eyes.
comparatively now, I mean, it would look seamless and whatever, but I mean, this is pretty good.
It would be CGI now.
Yeah, it would be. This is actual fucking makeup and prop or
Armor
prosthetics is what I meant. Not props, prosthetics.
Props.
Why?
Mickey Mouse. Why would
Oh, it's the one. It's the part. This part.
Here's where it goes.
There we
Oh,
go.
yeah. The ears. That's where you get it.
That's where it hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I would think your snout growing like that would hurt, and the teeth.
Yeah.
If anybody's ever gotten wisdom teeth.
How about your fucking legs going backwards like a fucking rooster?
Well, haunches. You now have haunches instead of, you know what I mean?
That's the word, haunches. What up, haunch? Yeah.
Oh,
and a depiction of the moon right now.
I mean, it has to show this is why. This is the whole reason. All right.
That was a good.
I don't know. That was pretty good.
That was a really good Rogaine commercial. A really good Rogaine commercial, dude. That guy got a lot of hair.
Ours says, "Mom, stop playing with yourself when you grow hair."
Your hand's gonna be full of hair. You're gonna be aware. Have you been masturbating with your whole body?
Oh my goodness.
So thank you, Sam, for bringing that up.
Of course.
Then, just to kind of end this up, there's so much we can go into, but I thought this was a very interesting part. And Nazi Germany. Did you think that maybe Nazi Germany would be talked about tonight?
No.
I didn't think
not
so
one bit.
and that's how you're in my neon clutches. Nazi Germany used werewolf as the mythical creature named is spelled in German from 1942 to 1943 as a code name for one of Hitler's headquarters.
Oh.
So werewolf was called, something, which is a cool fucking thing to name a house or whatever, or a bunker. In the war's final days, the Nazi Operation Werewolf aimed at creating a commando force that would operate behind enemy lines as the Allies advanced through Germany itself. So they were kind of like a ghost recon, if you will. You guys want to read that?
Jamie says the hand of hair actually is referenced in Dracula.
Yeah. And that's modern day masturbation is brought to you by Vlad the Impaler.
Yes.
Thank you, Vlad. Thank you. Thank you for flaying and impaling all those men.
Yes.
That way we have modern masturbation rituals.
By Menon. Rest in peace, Benny,
I'm not
if you're listening to this.
Thank you, everyone. So, Operation Werewolf, like we talked about, was a force behind enemy lines, and they operated behind the enemy lines of Nazi Germany. And two fictional depictions of Operation Werewolf in U.S. television was True Blood. You didn't know that, and I fucking love that show.
Right? I have different thoughts on that show.
Who's the guy? Who's William? What's his name? The opposites. Okay, Bill. Bill had too many. Like, his teeth were too big. He was like sugar. Too fucking big for his fucking mouth.
The reason I have issues with that is I read the book series before it ever came out as a series on HBO, and I fucking love it. If you want it and want to read it, I can send it to you because I have it.
Send it.
It's so good.
I read the end.
Get us to 500 and Sam will send it.
It's funny. It's funny. 'Cause we juxtaposed tonight. I read the Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice.
Yes.
And you wrote down.
Yep.
And I go to university to see Underworld.
Yeah. Your homework is to watch Underworld, dude. But while you're reading it, the Anne Rice, you're just like, it's so hot. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. So
don't burst
to finish up
anymore.
Every single time the cherries pop. So True Blood in 2012 depicted that specific type of Operation Werewolf from Nazi Germany, right? Yeah. And the novel Wolf, right? Wolf Hunter by J.L. Bennett mixed the two meanings of werewolf by depicting the 1945 diehard Nazi commandos as being actual werewolves. So he actually
I like that. Yeah.
Anthropomorphized.
I kind of want to go back and read all of these things.
Yeah. So now you kind of understand where it came from, where how it got there a little bit, and then what modern day looks like and why we have these things, why we have the silver bullet, why we believe that the moon is so important, and we know that witches hex them or they can get bit, and that's how they transmute it.
Right. And I do love how, wolves howl at the moon. Having the moon be the focus, of them transforming is pretty great. And again, I still think it had to come from somewhere. Every fucking culture has them. So, I don't know.
Or does every culture think that the person that wears the pelts does the
Is
transformation.
the wolf. Yeah, I mean, it could be that way. Everybody has to find meaning in something. So
Right.
I think we
So
also
Of
want
the
to
unknown.
believe on being scared, that there's something that like the scare of the fear of something.
you don't want this to be real.
I think a lot of people we'll probably get into this more with vampires, but I believe aren't werewolves immortal as well? One would think.
I believe
I
they
think,
are.
yeah,
Dracula's,
I think.
right?
Well, no, werewolves. Dracula is vampire. But
They're
I think
mortal enemies, by the way. If I
right,
can
they
tell,
are. They're mortal
Rose,
enemies.
they hate each other.
Really?
In fact,
Oil and water.
vampires have like enslaved werewolves for a long
Yes.
time because they were just
Really?
dogs. They were just
Next week
animals.
you
Yeah.
watch Underworld. Yes.
You should watch Underworld.
Yes.
You should watch. Yeah.
They are the best.
Don't
Go
watch that one without. There was one without Kate
Yeah,
Beckinsale,
yes,
and it was
don't. It's
awful.
awful.
Yeah, Scott
Only the
Speedman.
ones. Yes, it's bad. No, they are mortal enemies, but I think everyone wants some sort of immortality, and you can either be team werewolf or, team vampire. To be fair, I'm if I was to choose one to be, I'd be, team vampire. But I don't know, werewolves would be kind of fun too.
I just kind of I glazed
Team
over something.
vampire.
Yes, go ahead.
I glazed over something that might be important before we just move on completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
In other cases, the transformation was supposedly accomplished by satanic allegiance.
Oh,
For the most loathsome ends, right? So often, this for the sake of sating the craving for human flesh, the werewolves, writes Richard, what's his name? Richard Verstegen, Restitution of the Decayed Intelligence. So this guy wrote about it, and having anointed their bodies with an ointment, which they would make an instinct with the devil. So they would make a pact with the devil. And putting on their enchanted girdle, which is weird. Enchanted.
my sister's coming. I apologize.
It's all good.
Folklore, however, werewolves are not immortal. They can die by multiple ways, including old age, drowning, and even disease. So please vaccinate your werewolves.
Get your booster.
You do not need silver to kill a werewolf. I'm sorry, that just made me giggle.
Yeah. And the power of the animal metamorphosis and the sending out of a familiar. Remember we talked about a familiar?
Yes.
Real or spiritual, as a message to the supernatural powers conferred by the association, which the familiar are attributed to the magician, the male, the female, and the world over. So everybody knows about the witch, right? So that it was almost a catalyst. Like they had to make the catalyst something that even if there were no more werewolves to bite each other, a witch could still make it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that was the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, and we have Mr. R chiming in with
Wolf 19.
Wolf 19.
Make sure, dude. You don't think? Come on, it's exactly like there would be if there was a werewolf outbreak or a zombie outbreak. It would be exactly that.
Yeah. Cheers.
Exactly that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oktoberfest, yeah. And I see the Nagual. I see the Nagual from Central America. Yeah.
It says Nawal as the whatever.
Nagual. It's called a Nagual.
Okay. Well, you say it better than me.
So yeah, that's the brief and beer drinking.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I
werewolf
love it
lore.
all. Can you guys give me 2 seconds before
Yeah.
we talk about vampires? I'll be right back.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No worries. I always
So,
thought
let's
as a
start
kid
talk-
growing up,
Mhm.
werewolves to me, like as a kid growing up, I always thought they were really real. I'm not gonna lie.
Werewolves. Have you ever seen one in Mexico?
No, but I always thought wolves turned into werewolves. I always thought wolves would turn into
Do you
werewolves.
believe
I
that
never.
today?
Well, no, not today, obviously.
Well,
But because of the full moon, you would hear the howling, and I mean, there's so many in Mexico. There's so many superstitions we have. Like the rocks. You have the quartz and this and that, and put it outside because there's a full moon. The moon water. The white
everybody charges their
candle.
rocks. Everybody charges their rocks in the moonlight, girl. You ain't a witch.
Shit, I'm about to be
Everybody
tonight.
does. You better be.
Chupacabra.
I'm witch, bitch. Yeah. Jamie, the chupacabra. That's your inherent werewolf.
You got the chupacabra, then you have the movies that come out. So, I mean, is there something that maybe something a little bit there that could there possibly think? I mean, I know you're always like no, but I mean, in my things that I see as growing up and the beliefs that we have growing up, I want to believe that there's something that I like that little fear. You know what I mean?
You want there to be a 9-foot wolf that can tear you up, destroy your family?
I mean, these are stories you always hear, and you
Who
always
says
hear all these
Bigfoot
things.
isn't one?
Yeah, you've got
Maybe
Bigfoot.
maybe it's a cryptid. Maybe it's a cryptid.
And
Maybe
now you got aliens.
you know what a cryptid is. A cryptid
Yes.
is cryptozoology. Rose is crypto means like it's not real, right? And we believe that it's real. Like so, it's out in the world. Cryptozoology, where we believe that they're real, like Sasquatch, like any other like the giant squid, things like that. Like, oh, it can't be real until somebody finds it, right? So it could be a cryptid. It could be like a thing that lives in the world. But I believe that how it hides so well. I mean, it's so big and so ferocious. Wouldn't there be a trail of blood?
Well, how do you explain all cultures having this a variation of the same lore?
Or
I guess that's
similar.
Yeah, I mean, I
Like,
pulled up a
there's
thing.
There's an Italian or whatever.
Yeah. Yes, there was. I pulled up. Oh, I'm sorry. I did. I don't werewolf legends from around the world.
Yeah.
There's Greece. There's Rome.
Yep.
So that's an Italian one. There are so ancient Rome. We have Norway and Iceland have their own. South America,
Yep.
Mexico. We have
Leave that up,
hold
bro.
on. Germany. We have France has their own version. Ireland, which is European, obviously, but all the we have the Eastern European and Slavic countries have their own version. I mean, so all around the world, I didn't see any Asian ones.
All around.
But,
I wonder why.
But when, as you'll see, when we go into vampires, they are all around the world, including. Every time I say that, I think of the song "Around the World" from back in the 90s.
And around the world, and yeah.
No, I was thinking "Around the World" by
Daft Punk.
Yes,
No. I'm thinking Lisa Stansfield.
I'm thinking Daft Punk.
All right.
I wasn't thinking of both of them.
I was not thinking of any of that. Jamie Kelly, this deserves a round of applause. I mean, if rather have a wolf than a prince, he can hear me better and eat me better. I mean, what? He can eat you better. The better to hear you with. And we didn't talk about Red Riding Hood, right?
Well,
Yeah,
that is
Red
true.
Riding Hood.
Red Riding Hood is German lore for a werewolf.
Yeah.
So
the better to eat you is my darling.
yes.
What's in your basket? Would you make it to a grandma's house? I am your
Dave
grandma's house.
Dave said werewolves are really great at high school basketball.
They are. They have a best
And then they
friend
get
in
Parkinson's.
Styles. Yeah. Since it gets Parkinson's, yes. A Parkinson's werewolf. Hey, come here. Don't go too far.
Trying to bite you.
Right.
Hold still.
And then they turn like this guy.
Jesus. That looks like the first Deadpool.
We used to have one. Yeah, it does. The very first one. The one that Ryan Reynolds was in.
Wait,
where he won.
Wilson. Your grandmother was a thieving stable boy.
We've
The
got so
Vandals.
many masks. You have no idea.
The Van Wolfhausens. You are the Van Wolfhausens.
So when did this animosity come through where the werewolves and the vampire
Movies.
Oh, okay. Did I skip an episode somewhere in my life where I didn't see the vampires and the wolves did not get along?
Have you watched Underworld?
Underworld. She's never. No, of course not.
No. Oh,
I go to Universal Studios and see that little Underworld section, and that was it.
Jesus Christ! You need to watch Underworld. They are great. Rise of the Lycans is probably one of my favorite ones.
With Michael, the main guy.
Yes, yes.
And
it's Bale.
Bad Omens.
Christian Bale. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes.
Michael,
yes, the main guy. Yeah.
Werewolf Schnitzel von Wolfhausen.
What does an English werewolf sound like?
Hello, governor. That's what he says.
Come over.
Hello, governor. Let me bite your face. Let me bite your neck.
Boy.
White, you're
Boy,
I can't.
fights.
I have is hello, governor.
I know. I know.
I don't do accents. I just don't.
Look, bruv, I'm gonna level with you, bruv. I'm gonna level with you, bruv. I'm gonna turn into a fucking dog in like, I don't know, like fucking 15 minutes, right? So we have like small amount of time, right? Let's get this fucking done.
I'm loving it.
So,
Mr. R said, werewolf schnitzels are
werewolf
your local.
I love
Oktoberfest.
schnitzel. I gotta say.
werewolf schnitzel.
Wait, what's the schnitzel? Is that the one where they
Schnitzel?
put like this?
No, schnitzel. You're thinking spätzle.
Very good.
Schnitzel is a breaded pork, and it's breadcrumbs. It's a lot like a chicken parm, but not. Only it's German.
Get your porky looking face on the schnitzel in it.
Yeah, never had one.
It's a breaded pork. It's so fucking good. But spätzle is like a noodle.
Un empanizado de puerco.
Oh, okay, no, never had one.
Un bichecito empanizado.
Oh, Jesus Christ, my sister.
Here we go.
Anyways,
get your peaky look. Oh shoot!
I'm sorry. Did I change that?
Yes,
oh,
that's it. That's it. I'm
you
done.
say, you say that. You say that. I'm
Wait.
sorry. You say it.
It's pikey.
Pikey, get your pikey looking face on the snitch. Oh yeah.
Get your porky looking face off my schnitzel, isn't it? Severely.
You know what?
severely
Cheers.
written.
There we go.
Cheers.
This is really
Cheers.
You know what? When I don't know what's happening, I drink. So, and then Jamie says,
This must be why I drink a lot.
do you know what my favorite yoga pose? Oh God, here we go. Do you know what my favorite yoga pose is? She's doing jokes.
Headstand.
The zombie. I lay there and get eaten.
Pick this chick up. The horny police is here for you.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk vampire.
Yeah, no, that's going to go into our next segment of vampirism.
Perfect segue into
Vampirism. Yes. So actually, I didn't go like, we all kind of know and I'll go through it a bit. The Eastern European origins of vampire, but I thought, are there vampires, around the world? What are the vampire? I should have had me go first. Only because now I can't fucking talk. No, I thought, let's see if how widespread vampire is, right? So initially I looked up the definition. It is a corpse in European folklore to leave its grave at night and drink the blood of the living by biting their necks with long pointed canine teeth. Also, in modern day, a person who preys ruthlessly on others. You can be a social vampire. You can be, an emotional vampire. Yes, an energy. I know plenty of those people.
Plenty of those. Hey, what's going on?
A woman who exploits her lover. I don't know why it has to be a woman. It could be a man that exploits his lover, but I don't know. No. So let's kind of start with the Eastern European. Romania and Hungary are often depicted as vampires are often depicted as malevolent spirits and revenants. I cannot speak. I'm so sorry, folks. Who rise from the grave to prey on the living. Prevalent in rural communities where rituals and protective measures to ward off vampires are taken. In this region, people were afraid of the undead and used garlic and holy symbols as deterrents and belief in vampires and believe in the vampire contagion, meaning if you get bitten, you could turn. They can turn you, right?
So it's
a virus. Yes, it's bloodborne. So we all know Vlad the Impaler, Dracula. All of it comes from there. AC, if you want to add on to this, you can. At least this part.
Just a quick, just because we did a podcast about this.
I know you did, and that's why I thought maybe you could help a little bit on this part, and then I'll kind of go on to the other parts of the world.
Yes. Das Vampir is for you. Okay, I did one Wolfhausen. Das Vampir. So Wallachia is the old Romania, right? So it turned into Romania, was a place called Wallachia. And in Wallachia, there was somebody called Vlad the Impaler, who is basically the person who they can trace back to who Dracula is, right? Dracula. He didn't drink blood. Vlad
he was
the Impaler.
Just a fucking psycho.
He was a warmonger, and what he would do is when he killed people, right? Let's say he went to a battle. What he would do is he would bring back the corpses. He would flay them. Do you know what flay is? You know when you flay somebody, Rose?
Yes.
Yes.
Just peel their skin from their bone. Okay.
And I'm just
and then what he would do is he would flay, not his people, let's be honest, right? He would flay them, and then he would hang them upside down, almost like a crucifix, but like sprawled out, and then on wood, and then imagine your upside down body with no skin, bleeding.
Drain them. Yes.
Drain them. And then imagine a field of them, like a field. And then that struck, like fear in the hearts of any would-be enemy. So nobody else, are you going to attack somebody who just flayed a field full of people and had the wherewithal and time to be like, peel that motherfucker's skin and all these 3,000 people and make them like grass? You're not going to do that. You're just not going to. It's probably one of the most sadistic things I've ever heard. But that's where it came from. Like Sam said, the draining of the blood, and it said that he himself actually went and like tasted it and like drank some of the blood, and that's where a lot of that came from. But Dracula came from Vlad the Impaler from ancient Wallachia.
And honestly, in a lot of things, in war and whatever, I mean, drinking the blood of your enemy it gives you power, right?
Yes, I drink the blood of my enemies.
Right? I mean, that is, oh, geez, fucking.
I will drink from your skull.
So, I mean, and that's the origin story of the modern vampire that we know, right? That is actually looks like it was from Underworld. But
what about Bram Stoker's Dracula?
I love Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, Keanu is in it, dude.
I mean, the actual book. But I like Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's very but that one actually is the one that brings in more of a sexual part of it. You know what I mean? There's more than just blood and gore. Am I correct? Or am I wrong?
Well, remember, like they also have like this thing where they have more than that. They have, of course, their teeth, right? And they can anthropomorphize. They can de-anthropomorphize themselves into a bat.
Into a bat.
So
now,
so
that's a big part of lore as well. I mean, shape shifting. I mean, so
that's
between werewolves and vampires, there are a lot of similarities as far as shape shifting, anthropomorphized.
But imagine they get small. So instead of getting longer and bigger and whatever, there he is, Gary Oldman.
Yes.
One of the best Dracula I've ever seen.
I agree.
My God, that fucking, he got a 5 head, homie. He don't got a 4 head, he got a 5 head.
He's got like a 7 head. Jeez.
God damn. So, I'm sorry, I was talking about
anthropomorph or make it smaller. Yes.
I was making the point where this thing gets bigger, but we're supposed to believe that a 6-foot human turns into a bat this big.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the difference.
I mean,
and that's a butt on his head. Sorry.
Or boobs. Like, you remember what movie is it? Little Nicky.
Yeah.
The boobs on his head. Sorry.
Totally where it came from. Yeah. And a good movie recently was Dracula Untold.
Yes. Yes. Very good. So I mean, we all we'll get into that later. There's many good tellings of vampire. Mr. R says Winona Ryder. Yes. She was great at, there are so many good parts of Dracula.
Harry Hands, Dracula cereal? I think so.
I love everything vampire. I love the being immortal. I mean,
And the gaze,
I
the glamour, right? Like,
yes, I love the glamour. I love that. I love it all. I
do
love
what I say. Do what I say. I'm from Wallachia.
I often said when I was in my 20s and 30s, when I was at the perfect body for me, please turn me now.
Yeah. Turn me now.
Turn me
Fuck.
now.
Yeah.
Do it now.
And then I would turn everybody that I love because I don't want them to die. You know what I mean? But turn me now.
You're gonna give everyone the dark gift. You're gonna give
Yes,
everyone the dark gift. Wow.
all the people that I love, yes, because I don't want you to go away.
You'd be like, dude, I believed in God, and now you've made me a satanic.
Yeah,
vampire.
Sorry, whatever.
You're mine now.
We are going to live together forever.
Sorry, it's a coven. It's called a coven. Get your shit together.
Yes.
You're telling your mom like it's a coven.
I know.
Okay?
Just shush. Let me do this.
I was like,
yeah. But no, I mean, I think probably Interview with a Vampire was the first thing where I fell in love with vampires. It truly was, but we can go into that later. Let's talk about lore. So we all know the Eastern European version. There is Asian lore about vampires. So the vampires in the Asian lore take on a variety of forms, characteristics reflecting cultural diversity and of their continent. Chinese mythology, and this one I took a deep dive in. I really did. It was the Jiangxi, or hopping vampire. They are depicted as a reanimated corpse that feed on qi, or life force of the living. I kind of really want to go into this. So there's a lot where it stems from. Is they used to leave bodies kind of all over. People were dying, whatever, and they hired these. Where did I put it? They would hire corpse drivers, is what they called them, and they would put the corpses on sticks to carry them, but they'd often do it at night, and because of the way they moved, it looked like they were hopping through fields. It was said that the Jiangxi would feed on infants. They would also feed on qi and other living, they would need blood, but they also, so one of the ways that they say a Jiangxi could be born is you have two souls. You have your, I believe it's the Hans and the Pos. And I know that sounds weird, but it is Chinese, but whatever. So your Han soul is your good soul, and that goes off to heaven or wherever it goes. But if your Po soul, which I know it sounds bad,
no, Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh geez. But your Po soul, if it stays, it's the evil part of you, right? And if the evil part of you stays, then you become a Jiangxi.
There's always a stipulation in Asian culture, right?
Right. Yeah, yin and yang. So the Jiangxis feed on your yang, which is the good part of you, the good part of your soul. I know it's funny.
Part of my schlong.
Yeah.
Yang. Suck the blood out of my yang.
There are some saying that if a corpse is not buried and a black cat comes over it, then you're or any cat, so to speak, will do that. It's really fucking interesting. I went through a whole rabbit hole today when I was sitting at Baker's trying to sell Medicare insurance on Jiangxis. But what ways you can so again the origins of the Jiangxi, they use supernatural arts to they could use the supernatural arts to resurrect the dead. There's spirit possession that they could make a Jiangxi. The corpse absorbs sufficient yang qi, which is the positive energy, to return to life. Again, I explained the Huns. Sorry, it's not Huns. It's Huns and Pos. So you have 3 Huns and 7 Pos. If your Huns go off to heaven and your Pos stay, you become a vampire. If the dead person is not buried or even Even after a funeral has been held, the corpse can come to life after it has been struck by a bolt of lightning, or when a pregnant cat, not just a regular cat, a pregnant cat, leaps across the coffin.
If I got this thing coming at me, fuck that. Don't bite me. Please just,
I know.
You know what? I'd rather live than die.
But ways that this was interesting to me, the ways that you can counter or get away from the Jiangxis. Mirrors are a big thing. Not that they can't see themselves, because that's a part of lore of vampires that you can't see their reflection. Right. But the reason they say a mirror helps is a mirror is the essence of liquid metal. It is dark on the external, but bright on the inside. And the Jiangxi are also said to be terrified of their own reflections. Items made from a peach tree. They say the peach tree is the essence of all of the 5 elements, and it can subjugate evil auras and deter evil spirits.
That's why there's no vampires in Georgia.
No. No. If this thing is coming for me right here, and this is no, you know what? No, stay over there. Let me have my holy water.
Cartoon.
Bubble.
It's not gonna do anything.
I know.
But these are Chinese. They don't believe in holy water.
But they are depicted of hopping around. They can even sometimes fly, depending on how much they feed. So that is the Chinese version of a vampire.
I find it very interesting. Let me say, I find it very, very interesting that they replaced blood with life force chi.
With chi,
right?
Yeah. I did too. I was like, oh, I like that. I mean, which again, there are living, not undead, living, not undead.
Okay.
Whatever. Living people that we consider emotional vampires, right? Which would be taking of your chi, right? If
somebody walks up to your cubicle, and they're like, my car broke down, my grandmother's dead.
All the Debbie Downers out there, yes, are fucking. Yeah.
No,
so in Japan,
I like our vampires.
I know they're very zombie. So also in kind of looking through it, a lot of the vampires and in all of the cultures, some of them have more of a werewolf, like their names came from werewolves, but they consider them like a vampire. So I'm not sure where the mixing of the two comes from.
Look, I don't want your blood. I look for your chi.
Exactly. There's been plenty of movies made about it. In Japan, though, they call them the bake, or the let me try it, Tsukmogami. And basically, the Tsukmogami are inanimate objects that, right? I know I did it. That become living, or it could be there is a cat. That's
cat.
Yeah, there's 2 different versions of a cat in Japanese culture that are very much vampiric. In Southeast Asia, like Thailand or Malaysia, they have their own variations, like the Phidip Chin, or I don't know this one, Penanggalan. We're going to go with that.
Sounds great.
These are, though, women that what they do is they throw their heads on a specific route. And I believe in Thailand, they are searching for undead, or not undead, dead, like animals and corpses to feed on. Others in I think Malaysia, it's where they're looking for infants. But they go on this specific route, and people will put plants with thorns up to hopefully catch their entrails as they're flying through trying to kill them,
to eat their babies and
their babies and their yes, and all their things. There's even vampires in African lore. These are often associated with witchcraft and sorcery, with tales of shape-shifting.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Shape-shifting creatures that stalk the night in search of blood. In regions like Nigeria and Ghana, the Asa Bonsam is described as a demonic creature with razor-sharp teeth and bat-like wings. Beliefs in vampires are intertwined with traditional religious practices and spiritual beliefs, such as cautionary tales. So also the African lore and the vampires originating kind of in, Louisiana, kind of coincide, like the voodoo and all.
Right. French Quarter.
And then yes, very much so.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yes.
No, did you do any research on Nosferatu on what we just saw there, Rose?
I did not. I should have.
Okay. No, it's not a call out. It's like that's that guy right there. So
yes.
I think it's important to see the depiction, and I won't take your spot. What I'm saying
no,
is
go ahead. Go ahead.
The depiction of like, see how creature like this one is, and then how Bill, Bill is like a good looking guy. You know what I mean?
Oh, this one right here.
Yeah, that's Nosferatu.
Oh,
yes.
Right? So that's Vampire. That's like the first.
That is Vampire.
It's played by William Dafoe.
Yes.
And he was the most disgusting creature, right? Abhorrent, like just a horrible long-toothed creature. But those are the ones that are like almost dead. Like the ones that have the most blood and the most things to feed, they're beautiful, and they glimmer, and they have like powers and sorcery. And the stronger you are, the more sorcery you have. This one is more of a creature, which means it barely feeds.
It's more like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Exactly. So. Rose William Hung played prior to the.
Check your panties.
I
went on. Yes, I went on a whole ass vampire tour in New Orleans when we were there. It was so great.
It's crazy how some of them are beautiful. Like some of them are just beautiful vampires that they depict as like this romanticized, like gorgeous people that are immortal and perfect skin and all that, and long nails and like just they devour the night and
but like, truly they're monsters, and that's what that's really what they are. I mean, we have again, they reference in the Americas, North and South America, the indigenous cultures have their own interpretations. Here in North America, we have commingled with Christian symbolism and the Native American, lore. But again, they also name in Latin America the chupacabra or the, is it the brujeria?
Brujeria.
Yes. La bruja.
Yes. So bruja means witch.
Okay.
Brujeria means witchcraft.
There we go. And then they also draw upon indigenous tradition and European folklore. So, I mean, honestly, all throughout the world, there are different versions of a vampire.
There are people, just normal people that like are sanguine, which means they drink each other's blood. So
right.
There are people who do that. They're not necessarily dead. They're not necessarily, need it to feed, but they have decided that they want part of their diet to be blood.
In a way, I mean, that is taking from, I would assume, from vampire and going, I like this, I'm going to try to do this. You know what I mean? It's more of a ritual it's very much a ritual or it's a sexual thing. Very much a sexual thing. Wasn't it was it Machine Gun Kelly and what's her name from
Megan Fox.
Megan, yes, Fox that did that or
sure.
Yes, well, I mean also, they admitted that they did that.
Well, no, Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob remember remember they used to carry a vial of their own blood. He would carry a vial of her blood and she would carry a vial of his blood. And when they got married, when they were dating and stuff, like that was the thing, and they drink their own blood too.
They drink it or they just carry it around?
No, from my understanding, allegedly I thought they drank it too. Like and they would have their own little vial each of their own blood.
Blood is used for pacts. I mean, you can be blood brothers or sisters or whatever. People
AIDS brothers.
What?
AIDS brothers.
Yeah.
People are doing that
but I don't know. It's life, I mean, then that's why, I don't know.
It's life, literally lifeblood.
It is the lifeblood. So, I mean,
proven by the Chinese.
Yes. So, I mean, the whole concept of, the vampire, I mean, the movie vampire or whatever, immortality, being stuck in the age that you are or whatever. I have always gleaned towards. I'm like, totally, I would definitely do that.
Absolutely. You know what's gonna kill me? Sunlight. Not
Yes.
fucking time.
And I have more fun at night anyway. So
Absolutely.
the
It's not called daylight media.
No. I do like the modern interpretations of especially Underworld. I did love jeez.
True Blood.
I liked the books. I loved the books. I liked the show.
Got it.
I had to look at the show for knowing that they weren't going to go exactly with the books. That's really hard for me to do.
No.
But the books were amazing. I literally started reading them and I went, this should be a movie. I need this to be a movie. And then within a few years, it became a series, which was lovely.
Sure.
I do like and I hate to say this, I do like Vampire Diaries.
So I'm going to ask you a question before you start listening off.
Yes.
Like, what is your favorite piece of vampire media of all time? I have my answer.
I do love Interview with Vampire. I like Anne Rice. But I'd have to say the books of that the True Blood was based on is probably my favorite. Okay. I do like Bram Stoker's too. I don't know. It's really
so traditional. It's so traditional.
Yeah, I love the traditional.
And the orgy in the bed with like the spirits, and you feel them, and then like ravaging you.
Time
doesn't happen. Like you're just constantly glamored. But then there's Interview with the Vampire, which they do have that. They don't have as much glamour power, but they had teamwork. They had teamwork, and like and then when they made their little
daughter, yes,
taboo. Right, that's completely taboo to do.
Right,
and that to me was the best because it was a character arc of Louis who never wanted to be this.
Right,
and it was. I
agree. Yeah, no, I agree, and I do love that. I remember when the movie came out. It was before I read a lot. So I was introduced to the movie. What about cannibal movies like Hannibal or Silence of the Lambs?
If you're talking about cannibal, I mean, yeah, we love them. I love to watch people eat people. Fuck yeah.
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 But I do like, Underworld honestly is a pretty good one for me for depiction of vampires.
Educational. If you've never seen one before, you'd say, you know what, if you want to learn about vampires and lichens, you probably want to do Underworld.
Well, I guess that's kind of why I like it. It doesn't deviate too far from original lore, but it's very action. You know what I mean? And I do like the rise of the lichens. Yeah, she's so hot.
Fucking Kate Beckinsale, you bitch.
Honestly, I don't go that way, but I would for her.
Are you a rabbi?
Look.
Are you graduating from somewhere, or are you a fucking rabbi?
I'm a minister, and I don't want to be.
She's going to exercise the demon.
You know what? Look.
You're graduating. That's Greek letters.
No. I'm actually a real minister.
Probably Latin.
From the University of I forgot what church I actually have my degree on.
University of Church.
But I am a minister, so if anybody wants to get married, hey, I can help you out. But I figured I didn't want to be eaten by a vampire,
and to be fair, I don't.
They would wipe their mouth with your.
They'd be like, whatever.
Fair, I don't know. Do ministers drink? It's just gonna,
If you're Catholic, you do.
Doesn't matter.
If you're Catholic, they drink all the time. All the Catholics.
They do anything.
Yeah. All you got to do is say 5 Hail Marys and an Our Father, and you're good.
Right?
If you believe in that. Yeah.
And if not, you know what? Let's just take a shot of tequila, and that just covers everything.
Yeah.
Are we doing that?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Are you doing that?
Why not?
You're doing that.
Why not? Yes.
Fuck yeah, why not?
Rum. It's fine.
So far, what do we like better, Rose? Do we like werewolves better, or do we like vampires better?
I like vampires. I like the theory of transforming and being able to stay young forever. It's like,
it would destroy.
It's the fountain of youth. It's the fountain of youth.
Clinique would go under.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? It's Clinique. Botox. What do you mean? Screw Clinique.
Everybody's a vampire. Nobody can come out in the daytime. Everybody's, that's a question I always had. What happens, vampires? I want to ask a vampire. So what happens when you eat the whole world?
But you don't. I mean, you have to have a farm of regular humans to feed off of. But
Rabbi Rose.
or synthetic blood, whatever. It's not as good, but it keeps you alive.
Yeah. Or rats. Rats, like when the stat grabs the rat and he fills the cup up and gives it to Louis.
Right, I know.
Eat something. Eat.
Well, and Louis is, being, chastised for only feeding on rats and things,
Yeah, you just want to kill people.
Embrace the fucking vampire.
Take the fucking dark gift, you bitch.
Yes. Have you seen the FX's new depiction of Interview with a Vampire?
I will not do that.
It's so good.
I won't.
I promise you, it's so good. You'll like it. I promise.
Louis.
It's amazing. They do it very well. And yes, it's so fucking good.
Who's Christian Slater?
Christian Slater?
Yeah, Christian Slater was a reporter.
Yeah. It's an old guy. Okay. They have it as an older man who is terminally ill. And yes, I will not ruin it. He had interviewed, he had met them when he was young, back in the 70s. And so basically, he had met them in the 70s and did Interview with a Vampire. And that kind of, people looked at him like he was crazy. This is the premise. Lost Boys is great too. Fucking phenomenal.
Actually, you know what? I have a good story about, so the dad on Lost Boys, the big tall guy. He also played the dad on the Gilmore Girls.
Oh God, yeah, of course. That's your question.
What is his name?
I've never seen one Gilmore Girls.
Yeah,
I know, me either.
Oh damn! What is? And the only reason why I know he's Gilmore is because that actor, he's a tall older man that passed away with the glasses.
Jeffrey Tambor.
They actually did a movie at my mom and dad's house.
Oh,
and he was there, and funny, hilarious guy. He would grab, because this was during Thanksgiving, so he would grab the chicken and dance around the whole fucking table and make us all laugh because we were little kids running around. But yeah, they actually filmed a movie at my mom and dad's house, and he was there, and I got to meet him.
Rose?
It's called it's actually on a Lifetime, called What Love Sees.
Okay.
So it's about a blind people and from Connecticut, and they fall in love, and yada yada yada.
Blind people can fall in love?
No, blind people.
Blind people can fall in love?
Yeah. And from Connecticut, it's pretty cool. Okay. I don't know. But he was really funny. He was a good actor. We'll put it that way. You
sound cool. I want to marry you.
Yeah.
Gilmore Girls' dad. Edward Herman. It's Edward Herman.
Edward Herman.
Edward Herman.
Yeah.
He looks very sweet.
Yeah, he was hilarious. So
for those who don't know,
he was also on the Vampire.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys.
Literally, the Lost Boys has such a fucking cast. I mean,
he was a great guy. Really good guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I should dig those pictures up, but I do have pictures of him.
That's awesome.
Completely.
We believe you. But I would love to see the pictures. That would be worth something one day, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're all sitting in a nice little storage with all my million costumes I have.
If I'd have known we were doing costumes, Rose, you should have messaged me on the back channel. We'd have fucked AC up.
I know, right? I wanted to mess both of you up tonight. I was like, I'm gonna mess both of you up.
You did. You got us.
Yeah, you really got us this time, Rose. You really got us this time. Stay for the synagogue, the sermon. Shabbat shalom.
Yes.
So, did we get into the now vampires? We talked about where it came from.
Yes,
where some of the lore might have.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of hit on all of the lore, not just like the one lore, even though that's where we get modern day vampires from, right? Is from, Vlad the Impaler or Dracula, all the things, right? But it does interest me to know that it is all around everywhere, it from Africa to Asia to Europe to, North and South America. I mean, we're all over, with vampire lore. I mean, they are a little bit different.
That's funny.
My sister was saying, talking to me about, and Jamie, if you're still watching, it was Lord Bryant, who was kind of a Caligula of his time, and
Horrible.
they banished him to an island, and he had a publicist, so they kept him alive because he owed people money, right? He was incestual and whatever, but he was friends with all these poets and writers, and he would invite them to the island that he was banished to, and they'd have these lavish parties and things, and there was a volcano on the island, and this is real, but and they were like, oh, it looks all, I know it's summer, but it looks all gloomy and whatever. Let's write these stories. And, one of them that came out of that was Dracula. So, not the Bram Stoker's, but a version of Dracula. And it was based on, and because he was such a prolific lover, he had a big dong, was the rumor.
And vampires can fuck really fast, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're part of the allure is the seduction, right? I mean,
sexual. There's no sexuality in werewolves. There's zero sexuality in werewolves.
I mean, you can go out and turn if you're all a werewolf, you can go out and fuck like dogs in under the full moon, which I've read plenty of books, fantasy books like that. But I mean, the vampire, they're by its nature is seductive, and Vampire in Brooklyn, that actually was fucking good.
It's also the hanging question. It's like, you can always, like, the power is that you can always make me what you are if you decide that,
right?
But if you don't decide that, I'm completely in your like, that's why familiars are always around going like, hey, are you gonna make me a vampire this year, master?
This year? Yeah. Are you going to just continue to feed off me, or do I get to be promoted? Are you going to promote me? Am I worthy? I would like to think I would. I would like to think I would never hang around that long. I'd be like, fucking do it or not. If not, just fucking drain me. You know what I mean?
But he doesn't. He just keeps you hanging on.
I know, right?
And I agree. Japanese vampires are pretty terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I saw them today. I'm like going, oh.
No, it was Chinese though.
Okay.
Japanese actually don't have a specific vampire, but they're more inanimate objects coming to life and then taking your chi, or
Medusa, right?
Yes, or animals. So, like cats.
Oh.
So, did we read Anaxis's? Did we talk about Ravenous? Because I wanted to see that.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
No,
sorry.
Seriously, though, try watching Ravenous, a period Western cannibal movie. It also has the actor who plays Begbie in Trainspotting. Oh,
I
know.
Never watched that.
Yeah, I'll watch it. What channel is it on? Jay, let us know.
Yes, Mr. R. Real quick, I did read about that as well. I believe in the Philippines there are women as well. If I read correctly, I could be wrong in my recall on that, but yes, I read about that also. I did go down a whole ass rabbit hole sitting in Baker's supermarket trying to sell Medicare coverage and looking at vampire shit.
Okay, question.
Mr. R, if you do have that information, put it in the chat. Let us know.
Yeah, and Mr. R, if you're available next Friday, we'd love to have you on. Since if you know any info on this, great.
Yeah. Anything else you want to do?
Question.
Answer.
Shape-shifting or vampire?
Both.
You can only pick one. Shape-shifting or vampire? Which would you do?
Always a vampire. Always a vampire.
I would go shape-shifting.
Because they have the best cereal. They have the best cereal. Think about it. They have the best. They have the best places to sleep. They have blackout shades. So
and the older you get, the more sunlight you get. I mean,
I would be shape-shifting because I could go out at night and be anything I want.
but you'll die.
At some point, but if they don't catch me, you got to catch me first.
No, you're gonna die of old age.
Yeah,
if you're a vampire, you're immortal.
Vampires are immortal, and I think that is the draw to them for me.
And I want to watch all my family and friends die.
Well, again, I would change all my fucking family and friends so they can live with me.
No, you know how sadistic that is. That's ridiculous for you to say that.
It's not.
You know what
I love you, so I want you to stay with me forever. Fucking take it or not.
But now you make me murder people to live.
Okay.
Okay.
If I'm doing it, you're doing it, fucker.
I look up, Sam's like, okay, and what's your point? I'm doing it too. She's like, yeah, and
we're gonna go meet vampires together. It's gonna be great.
It's Louis.
Can I drink tequila forever?
You're Louis. I'm Lestat.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why are you doing this to me? It's like, because I love you. It's like, but you can't love me. You made me a monster. It's the conundrum of the vampire.
Okay, I would totally ask them first, but fuck. They have to say yes.
You can't say no.
But I'm going to ask you just so I feel better about myself.
And here's your answer, AC, right here from Mr. R.
Yes.
A swang is a shape. You know what? Words are really
shape-shifting evil creature in Filipino folklore. Okay, I'm Nebraskan, and we have a town in Nebraska. Norfolk. It's Norfolk, right? No, we call it Norfolk. So swear to fucking God. So that can take many forms. And I know that's why I said fork. My fault. Take many forms, including vampires, ghouls, and witches, and human beast hybrids. Aswangs are well known throughout the Philippines. Yes. Okay. Here are some examples: vampire, blood sucking, aswang, viscera sucker, and aswang that self-segments werewolf, a man-eating aswang witch, an evil eye or vindictive aswang ghoul. Ooh, I said that all right.
Ooh.
Except for
that's like a tongue twister.
The fork part, folklore. As a kid, I called them moo.
Pardon me. Can I have a folklore? I dropped mine.
Again, it should be Norfolk. Sorry. Yeah, Norfolk. Yeah, but we call it in Nebraska, Norfolk. I promise you.
I believe you. For some reason, I believe you. So,
I don't live in Nebraska, so I believe you. Cheers to that.
The Philippines is terrifying, just for that, because wow, and you have witches, all types of shit.
All the things are a swing.
All the things.
So you guys, we have came up to our 2-hour episode. It's been amazing.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. I love the costume changing. That's my day. You know.
You killed it.
I wanted to surprise both of you. Can't wait till next week.
You killed my story.
I know you kept going, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Somebody's behind you. Why are you dressed like a rabbi?
If you guys want to get married or anything, let me know. I am licensed to marry anybody for a small little portion of a fee.
You do have to be Jewish. Strad. Can you say that word, Rose?
Sorry, Rose. Stradvan Zorovich. Zarovich, from the Ravenloft book series, is a badass vampire too. LOL.
One of my favorites is Dracul, Alucard from Vampire 100D. Vampire 100D is amazing. Sorry.
I love all things vampire. Oh, Mr. R says my ancestors were part of a witch tribe. I am totally. I totally need you to tell us the story, Mr. R. Do you want to be on our show?
Yes.
Tell us about your witchy ways.
Friday nights.
Yeah. We have one more Friday night of Halloween-y month, and maybe we can work something out.
And November is going to be such an important month.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be amazing. Starting November 1st,
balls.
Everything changes.
It's All Saints Day.
Or no, has there ever been a killer like with a turkey or something, like a turkey leg shoved it down someone's throat or something?
I'm sure there is. We're going to find it.
It's like the cornbread lady,
How can you kill a bitch with cornbread? Like, she got cornbread. Like, I would never. She's protected.
No, she killed him because he wanted the.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
She was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! You wanted the cornbread."
Right. That's right.
All I've thought about is killing you since you asked me for this cornbread.
That was a lady that was in jail going,
Yeah.
You know what I did?
Yeah.
I killed him with the cornbred.
You know what? Like she was
Because
really.
he asked me for a cornbread.
Bitch belongs in Arkham. Bitch belongs in Arkham.
I should join. Oh, you know what? There's
You're
always,
fine.
fine. You're always replay. There's always next week. There's always Monday nights and Tuesday nights, and we have a special thing coming up on November, right? November.
Yes.
Friday nights are going to be a very, very special night.
Well, maybe even next week because we start things next week.
Oh yeah. Okay. So next week, starting next week, Friday nights. Sam, why don't you tell us a little bit what's going to happen Friday nights on next week?
So my husband and I are getting our realty license, and we have classes on Monday and Wednesdays, so we can't do How Was Your Day on those days or on Wednesdays. So we're thinking, and we're pretty sure that on Friday nights we are going to lead into Roses Are Red. So join us for How Was Your Day first at 7 p.m. Central, which would be 5 p.m. East or Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern. And I don't care where it is everywhere else in the world. You just figure it out. But we will lead in. We'll do an hour and a half show. We'll take a half-hour break, and then you'll have us here for Roses Are Red podcast. And hopefully you can join us and join in some laughs, and then we'll do some fun true crime Halloween stuff or whatever. It's gonna be fun.
That half hour in the middle between How Was Your Day and our show, that half hour I'm going to be doing puppetry of the penis.
It's what is it called? What is it called when it's like intermission?
Yeah,
there'll be an intermission of AC, either stripping on the pole or some puppeting or
it'd be like, was it Jackass?
I say I'm going to do some classy puppetry, and you're saying I'm going to do
that's fucking cool. That's an art form, man. It really is.
I love to go down that rabbit hole.
Stay hard for a long time.
Oh, thanks, Anne. Yeah, we're glad you joined us, and it's really been fun. And thank you for listening.
Yes, please come back. Don't hit that. Don't forget to hit that subscribe notification button. Once we go live, it'll send you a
thumbs up.
And
thumbs up on it. It helps all of us. Subscribes are free.
You know what? Fuck it. Today's opposite day. Everybody unsubscribe.
Everybody
unsubscribe. No.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. He hasn't had it. You know what? He's very mad that he couldn't dress up his puppets.
I would have brought them and I would have done it. They're over there. I would have brought them. It's a little suit. It's like a little 3-piece suit,
It's gonna go, hello, my baby, hello, my darling, hello, my ragtime gal.
And then you're gonna stand up.
Putting on the Ritz.
Oh, I love that one.
The question is it going to turn as a werewolf? Is it going to turn as a vampire?
Vampire.
Is the question.
Yeah. Please tune in and find out.
Has he shaved or not?
This is the Von Wolfhausen penis.
Has he shaved or not? Vampire or wolf? We don't know.
See, there we go. Intermission performance. Hell yeah.
My penis might be immortal, maybe not.
Thank you, Mr. R.
Thanks, R.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
And Halloween is the best season, I have to say.
We can put it together for everybody out there. You guys, without you guys, we can't do shit.
Yes, I love Halloween. Halloween is my favorite season. I love being scared. Even though I really fucking hate clowns, but I love getting scared by them. Don't chase me all around the fucking theme parks.
We do need to go deep dive on why clowns are scary for you. I don't understand. It is just for a person in makeup. Yeah, maybe we can talk about why clowns are scary.
I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need more than 2 bottles. Okay.
Oh, we're dressing up next week too, right? We're dressing up next week, right?
Yes, we are. We're dressing up.
Duly noted.
Face your fears. Face your fears.
I already have my face. I already have somebody coming doing. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. So guys, stay tuned.
Oh, she's going all out on us.
She's gonna be a clown.
Yeah. Are you gonna be a clown?
You never know.
That would be the ultimate.
You never know.
That'd be the ultimate face your fear, though, right?
Really? You really guys really want me to dress? You know what?
You don't have to.
You guys leave.
I was gonna do it.
If you're gonna dress, if you want me to dress up as a clown from here until next Friday, if you leave a 1, I will dress up as a clown. I will go get the freaking costume. I'll have someone do it all. I will do
whole
it
thing?
all.
The big red shoes.
whole
the fucking thing?
shebang. The whole shebang. So
Patch Adams. Oh shit.
I got you.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh man. You got Midnight
That
Media
was
1.
me. That was me.
Midnight Media 1. Absolutely. Roses are red pot. Everybody here wants that.
That was me.
Hey,
Yes. You're
He's
down with the
perfect.
clowns. All right. Anne says
Oh,
number
you
one.
should be insane.
Oh,
Insane
I
compost
should be like, oh
Juggalo.
yes.
and Juggalo.
AC, you and I,
You want me to
Juggalos?
do the Juggalo? Oh my
Yeah.
God.
we could.
How do I do the makeup? I guess I'll study them. I'll study them.
We'll look it up. You and I be juggalos, and Rose can do her own. I think we can do it though.
Yes,
Let's
and
fucking
Mr.
roast.
R, I would
Let's
love
fucking
to
roast.
have you on if you can next Friday if you're free.
Yes.
I'd love to have you on. I know that you've moved to another location. I know the time is different, but I'd love to have you on, Mr. R.
We should do.
Dude, us three, Sam, you and I, Mr. R, will dress up as clowns, the scariest clowns that fuck her up, and we'll just make her face her fears.
Yes.
You know what? I gotta go get my box out of storage and bring that back up because
And move from here. Move to another place.
Oh, we got a confirmation, folks. If I can, yes.
Please do.
you know what? Let me know. We can always send you the link, even if it's a little bit after 7. You can join at any time. Let me know where we can send that to you, either Telegram or Instagram. We'll send it to you
Anywhere you like. We'll put that link anywhere you fucking want.
Anywhere.
Yes,
Anywhere.
Arch your
anywhere.
back though. Arch your back.
AC will even
Arch
bend
your-
forward for it.
Arch your motherfucking back. All right. Lower your voice when you talk to me, okay?
Jesus Christ, my dogs. I'm sorry if you hear that.
Vincent.
It's been great. It's been real, and it has been amazing. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us on this wonderful deep dives on Halloween stories. And we will see you all on Monday night.
Yeah.
Got a great show Monday night where
a fun one.
where you know what, these two have bursted my bubble. Where you know what, I don't know if I have any more innocence in this brain up here. I don't know, maybe just a little bit. I think I have a little squish a little bit for more, but they bursted my bubble, and I can't wait for you guys to hang out with us on Monday night.
When you said let's do a podcast, you were like, I want to talk about like the stuff like in Teen People, and we're like, no, we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about fucking the decapitated people.
Yeah.
Yes,
And the
We got
clowns.
it.
but you know what? I couldn't ask for 2 better people here, because you know what? This has been amazing. It's been fun as they chip away on that fucking bubble, but it's and
One day
Miss
it's
Gar
gonna
says arch
fully
that back.
burst.
It's getting there. I don't know how much I can handle anymore after last Monday's
Will you
or
tell
this
us?
Monday coming up.
Tell us like, okay, that's the one. That's the one that fully bursted me.
I will.
That's the one that made me squirt. Oh, wait, what?
What?
That's the one that squirted the bubble.
Horny police is coming to your location.
And
Wait.
please, on our next show, let us know if you guys are dressing up, and what are you dressing up as? Because I'm curious to see. Do adults still dress up? Do adults
yeah,
still
we
do
do.
things?
Yeah,
You
whores,
know, I mean,
whores and sluts.
I know this whole
Yeah.
next 2 weeks I'm going to be with my little sweater and my alcohol in there, and you know, for sure.
You're gonna be
Mr. R said, "Oh, there's Dave."
Yeah, sorry. Dave said the 11111 like
Yeah.
I did. And then Mr. R
back.
said, arch that back, bruh.
So arch it.
push your
Well,
chest
either
out.
arch it or bend it forward. Either one.
No.
Which one?
Arch the back.
Downward
arch the
dog.
back. Right?
Downward doggy style. That's when your face is in the
Oh.
fucking mattress. All right.
And
Have a good night,
every
guys.
day is Halloween.
Yes. Okay.
So,
We're getting
good night, guys.
crazy
We're all
here.
getting into the. Okay, love you guys. We'll see you guys all next
Bye.
week. Peace out. Bye.
Vampires and werewolves. Bye.